As we had mentioned, there are some very interesting stories around the National Hockey League, outside of the Olympics, and outside of Canada, Finland, and USA, Slovakia. Because in this video, what I wanted to do was dive into some of the latest in regards to Vancouver Canucks center and noted Team Czechia snub. Today we're talking about Filip Chytil. Firstly, can you imagine the fact that Team Czechia legitimately chose David Kampf to be a center on their team over Filip Chytil? Yeah, I can imagine it. It makes perfect sense, honestly, when you consider the fact that this guy is almost never available, but that's besides the point. Filip Chytil is a guy that already made his displeasures known about how he wanted to be on the Olympic team. There was some frustration there that he was not selected, even as a preliminary option for Team Czechia at the 2026 Milano Cortina Olympics. And honestly, had he been available, had he been actually healthy throughout the course of the year, I honestly think he had a decent shot at making the team. Last year, Filip Chytil was decently productive, 26 points in a total of 56 games played. It's not the worst in the world. It's not great, but it certainly isn't that bad. He's a few years removed from being a 40-plus point player in 74 games with the New York Rangers. He was 23 at that time. So obviously we recognize that Filip Chytil is a name that does provide some value when he's in the lineup, when he's playing, and especially when he's healthy. But that's the issue. Filip Chytil is almost never healthy. Canucks fans knew this. Ever since Chytil was a New York Ranger, there were seasons where he would only play 60 games. He would only play 40 games. He wouldn't play the full 82 pretty much ever. And concussions reigned true in Chytil's career, despite the fact that there were moments of greatness sprinkled within their playoff runs and notable moments with Lafreniere and Capo Caco, the kid line as they once dubbed it. And so when the Vancouver Canucks sent JT Miller over to the New York Rangers and Filip Chytil was the main centerpiece in return, a lot of Canucks fans said, okay, this is a guy that is injury prone, but when he is in, he's decently good. And we saw that in Vancouver, didn't we? Chytil's quick, he's speedy, he plays with a lot of pace, almost carelessly so. He's got a little bit of that Jack Hughes syndrome going on, where he plays with so much pace and so much skill that it kind of hurts him because he doesn't really focus on the physical side of the game at all, and he gets caught off guard more often than not. And that provided evidence to what Canucks fans should have expected out of Chytil over the next few months, because he got injured with the Vancouver Canucks to end off last season. He got injured with the Vancouver Canucks to start out this season. He's only got 12 games played, and you take a look at some of the recent contests that he was able to participate in. Last game he had at the beginning of February versus the Utah Mammoth before he ends up taking some time off. And now, turns out Filip Chytil, his situation just got worse. Take a look at this tweet posted by Jeff Patterson 2 days ago. Yeah, that's right. This is technically news from earlier in the week, but I wanted to make a video about it regardless. Canucks practice stopped suddenly as Filip Chytil got hit in the head by a heavy snapshot during a mini-game. He was parked off to the side of the net, and a one-timer sailed high and caught him. He was dazed as he left the ice. And I think Chris Kant has the best assessment of that. This is some Final Destination type luck out of Filip Chytil. Somebody call the early 2000s because they want their horror movie concepts back, people. Sil NYR says players can go through their whole career and not get hit in the head with a puck once. This guy has been hit in the head in every conceivable way. At some point, he has to think about his quality of life. Yup, this one was as random as unlucky as possible. Standing off to the side of a net and an errant shot flew up and caught him. It truly could have been anybody. It just happened to be him. This guy can't catch a break. I feel so bad for this guy. If it's another concussion, he shouldn't play another game. Holy crap, what horrible blood pact with the devil did Chytil make? Blood pact, bro, not pack. Anyways, Filip Chytil has gone through so many trials and tribulations that it's almost unbaffably unbelievable the fact that he can be standing off to the side, minding his own business, and a shot that goes way high over the goal ends up ricocheting and clocking him right on the side of the head. Like, is that not the worst luck known to any NHL player over the past 10, 15 years or so? The guy keeps on getting hurt, he keeps on getting concussed, whether it's Tom Wilson or otherwise, and then he gets clocked in the head with a full-speed hockey puck? Thank goodness they wear helmets these days, people. Even then, in practice, sometimes people don't wear helmets. That could have been really, really bad. So for Filip Chytil, we're not going to make any conclusions about what is or what isn't based off of this mini tweet by Jeff Patterson saying that he got clocked in the head. But hey, Filip Chytil cannot catch a break this season, and he ended up leaving. He will need x-rays after taking a puck to the face. There are a number of folks who just cannot believe how this is going down. And even on the subreddit, poor guy can't catch a break. It's not funny, but he tends to catch any and everything near the head. Poor guy. He obviously wants to play too. How many signs does the universe have to give someone to tell them to stop playing hockey? I swear, Chytil, he must have made a wish with a monkey's paw or something to make the National Hockey League. Vancouver bad news bears never stop. That's the thing about Canucks hockey. The news is just all year round. There are no off-seasons. Please hang your skates up, Phil. This isn't worth it. Go and live a happy 50-plus years while you still have the chance. Brain injuries are terrifying and unforgiving. There isn't a person on earth that should think less of you for prioritizing your overall health. And I think that is a pretty commonly shared sentiment by Vancouver Canucks fans that have paid attention to this situation over the past few years. Sure, you can say that Vancouver has it in their best interests to keep Chytil around, to keep him in the lineup, to keep him active, to actually have him as an option. And that makes sense in my mind, of course. You want to see your available assets be available to you. But if this guy is just not available, and if him pushing himself to be an option is just putting his overall health and long-term life-building potential, I don't want to say down the drain, but it's damaging the quality of life that he could have sooner, then at some point I think you got to make that decision. It's a hard one to make. Obviously, nobody wants to be forced into making it, but I think at some point somebody's got to sit the guy down. Hey, like, if this is as serious as it could be, another concussion or whatever, there's no way. There's no way. So with that said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Filip Chytil hitting the head with the puck. It's another bad injury for the guy, it seems. I would be shocked if he ends up playing the first game back after Vancouver finishes up the Olympic break. I would be totally off my marbles shocked if that were the case. But we'll see what happens, right? Thoughts in the comment section below about Filip Chytil. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.